Europe is grappling with a rise in drug trafficking and drug-related violence. Authorities have seized large quantities of drugs at major European ports in recent years. Deutsche Welle correspondent Thomas Sparrow joins us now from Berlin. Thomas, g'day. So can you give us an idea of just how big this problem is?
It is indeed a big problem. It's also a growing problem in several European countries, and in particular in some of Europe's biggest ports. We're talking here about Rotterdam, Antwerp, Valencia, other ports, also here in Germany, the port of Hamburg. Growing amounts of drug, in particular growing amounts of cocaine, have been seized in those ports, and it has become a problem that simply goes beyond those seizures. It also basically has turned into a security situation, into a security challenge in different European countries, as drugs also end up having an impact in the societies where they arrive. And this is a problem that goes also beyond just these major ports. There are smaller ports in countries like Sweden that have been particularly affected by those arrivals of shipments and also by the violence that is related to all of this. And what this has meant is basically that European officials, both at an EU level and at a national level, have realized that they have to increase their efforts to deal with this problem, which is obviously a growing one, a very difficult one, and in fact one that has been described as even similar to the risks posed by terrorism when it comes to the security impact that it is causing in different European countries.
And what are authorities proposing to deal with this drug trafficking and drug-related violence?
Belgium is the country that in this semester is leading the Council of the European Union and has proposed a so-called Ports Alliance. In other words, working together with those ports where the shipments arrive and the drug arrives, let's say, from countries in South America, obviously hidden within other products that arrive to those ports. So it is necessary from a European perspective to work together with port authorities. But beyond that, it has also become a priority to work with both the countries of origin, where the drugs come, in particular cocaine, so in this case, for example, South American countries, but also with some of the countries and regions of transit. And in this case, it's particularly relevant to stress also, for example, the case of African countries as well. So what's becoming clear is the need to work in a more broader international aspect of all this. There's a need, according to European officials, to basically have a global effort to deal with this problem that is obviously now in particular affecting European ports, European cities and European countries as well.
And on that point, Germany's Interior Minister is travelling to countries where drugs are being smuggled from. What's she aiming to achieve with these visits?
Germany's Interior Minister is in several South American countries where cocaine is produced, to basically understand the picture of how the drug is produced, how it is also shipped, but also more importantly, to also sign agreements with authorities in those respective countries. Because again, there is an understanding that if Europe is going to deal with the problem here in the continent, here, let's say, in those major ports, it has to happen in collaboration with authorities in the countries of origin where the drug obviously originates. So Germany's Interior Minister is traveling to several Latin American countries, and by the way, she's not the first official to do so. She has been, there have been previous other officials from different countries also traveling to countries like Peru, like Colombia, like Ecuador, like Brazil, to specifically talk to authorities there and try to find common approaches to deal with drug smuggling and drug-related crime.
OK, Thomas Sparrow there in Berlin.